What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? This is the student master teacher, Mr. I Stay Woke, Chris Monroe, and I'm right back at you with another real estate video. Tonight we got a special treat for you. We got Miss E. Marie coming in to tell you some nuggets, dropping nuggets all the way on you from left and right, and right to left. You never know what's going to happen here tonight. So make sure you got your notepads ready and you're taking good notes and you're ready. So we're going to bring her up in just a moment. Make sure if you're here for the first time, you subscribe to the channel. Hit the thumbs up button. Just smash it just real quick. It don't take but a second while you're waiting right now. Just hit the thumbs up button. That kind of helps out. And hit that bell to be notified for the upcoming shows. About to get it popping.
And we have And we have Mr. I Stay Woke, and Mr. I Stay
Woke. We in here. What's going on, Miss E. Marie? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. Glad to see you on this nice Monday. I know a lot of people been waiting. They've been inboxing me, probably inboxing you, saying, hey, what y'all gonna be coming on? What time? What do I need to do? Everybody been just going crazy. I guess you got a big following out here, huh?
I really don't.
So you didn't know. That's how I be sometimes. People walk up like, yeah, Chris, I remember you. And I'm like, I don't know, I guess, yeah. That's the power. That's the power of that internet. So you never know who's going to see you and things like that. So for people who do not know you, give a little background about, how you got into real estate, what you were doing before you found real estate, and just a little bit about you.
Okay, well, I guess I'm a jack of all trades. Before I found real estate, I was in a car, like I had my own car dealership, so I was selling cars. And before that, I worked for General Motors. So yeah.
Wow. So you were slanging cars. So they say you went from cars and upgraded to real estate. So was that an easy transition for you?
I was basically flipping cars. I had a dealer's license and I had like a little small dealership that I ran. And yeah, got into real estate because it was something that I always wanted to do. Like I was like 19 and I went to a tax sale and brought a little property at the tax sale and was able to kind of see how, kind of see the different things, talk to a lot of people that was there and end up stumbling over a house that was just sitting vacant for a while. And I knew I wanted it so bad. So I just kind of skip traced. I went to White Pages. I went to 5RR. I went to so many different websites to find the owner of this property, and she was located out of state. So we contacted her family, left messages with her family, and did different things like that. And one day we just got a hold of her. We called a number, and she answered. And I asked her what she wanted to do with her property, and she basically was like, "I don't want it. If you want it, you can have it." And that day I got it under contract, and from there just kind of went on.
So you telling me you found a lady and she said, please take this burden off my shoulders and take my house away?
Yes, basically.
And people don't believe that this stuff is real, and this happens all the time. People have property that they simply do not want.
Yeah, she was elderly. She was just like, I've been in real estate for so long, and it's I'm in California. It's located in Missouri. It's not doing me any well. So basically, if you want it, you can have it. And we drew up the contract. I did not know what I was doing. I went and found a contract, kind of went to Facebook, asking 1,000 questions. What should I do? And I had a lot of people that helped me through it, and started to tell me about DocuSign, because I thought I had to drive or either fly out to California where she was at. I mean, they just gave a lot of like good information just by going to social media.
Social media, that's right. YouTube University, Facebook, School of Hard Knocks, and everybody in between. So that was the first deal you did. And so you never met this lady, is what you're saying?
I never met her.
Wow. And see, people don't understand you can do this stuff virtually. They think I gotta go meet the seller and shake their hand and kiss the babies and do all of this. All you need to do is get that paperwork right. That's it.
Yep, that's all. And I mean, she was very motivated. Especially when she knew she was, it was like back taxes owed on it. So when it was back taxes, she was like, I'm not paying that. I don't want the house, you know. So we just was like, we got to get it under contract because we know the ARV, we know what it's worth, and she's only asking X amount of dollars is a no brainer.
No brainer. So that was your very first deal. And
Yeah.
when was that? When did you first get started in real estate?
I got started actually September, like August 29th last year. I
So
didn't do,
same
I
time I
finished.
did.
Yeah, so it was like September 23rd when I actually had my check in hand. And on that check I made over $70,000. So
$70,000 on a deal on a house on a lady never wanted it. Now that's
yeah.
great. And that just show you just a little bit of what do you think that helped you find that deal? Was it more that you was persistent, like I need to find them and get a real answer? What do you think
No,
that's
no, actually what it was, I was doing something, I was driving for dollars. Well, and not even really knowing. So, they give you a list of like properties that are going, back for taxes. And I just kind of um when I mean, honestly, I was up day and night going through the whole list, Googling the address and looking at the house. And I was in a neighborhood and I just started driving, around the neighborhood and I saw this particular house and it was a beautiful house. It was just sitting there and then, I can go up and look at it and I saw that it was, partially renovated and inside. That was another thing. The
mm,
house, she had renovated the house, but they just stopped working on it. So it was already renovated. It was just sitting for 2 years. So
this,
I had my heart set on this house. I kind of told myself like I'm going to get this house no matter what. So I
so
was just
you
kind of dead set on this one house.
so you wasn't giving up. You was getting an answer like I'm buying it.
I was not giving up. I was not giving up.
So what about all the people that were probably sitting at the tax sale, hoping and waiting for this to come up at auction? And you said, I'm gonna take initiative to go ahead and just find the seller and talk to them. Ain't that smarter to do than wait to the tax sale?
Right. So before I even went into it, we got it under contract.
Okay.
So
Smart. So that's why I say a lot of people like, I'm gonna wait and I'm gonna go buy it at the
no,
tax
you don't have
sale.
to wait, and you can do it after. Even after somebody buy it at the tax sale, because Missouri is a tax deed state. Well, St. Louis County is a deed state. I mean, deed county. So they still have a year to redeem. So if you can go to the owner and negotiate with the owner, something even after that somebody buy it.
So do you have you done a deal like that before where you had to go back and say, yeah, I'll give you X number over what you
Yep.
owe on taxes?
Yep.
And they'll gladly take it.
So they'll take it. They'll say, okay, well, whatever it is, you can negotiate. They'll say, well, I can move out and you can pay my moving expenses plus this, or when the house is sold, you give me a percentage of the house, or whatever the situation may be. Like whatever you negotiate in the deal is between you and the seller.
Right. I understand that. So that's a good thing you just said that, everything's negotiable. See, a lot of people think you
Everything.
have to do it this way. You have
Yep.
to do it that way. That's why I love real estate and creative real estate because
Yeah.
you can do whatever you want, really.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a
It's
good thing.
possible.
Good testimony for that there. So, in regards to this whopper of a deal, this $140,000 wholesale deal, no cash needed, no credit needed, no rehabbing, just a clean check for shuffling some papers and signing a few places. Tell us a little
Well,
bit about that. How did that happen?
it was a house in probate. So it was one of them homes where you have to, in Missouri, you have to kind of go down and cipher through everything. So I would literally take 3 to 4 hours a week, go down to the county and look through probates and just kind of call people on different, when it comes to the real estate. It's not, they don't have it to where I mean, they make it kind of difficult, but if you have the time, it's worth it sometimes. So came across one that was in probate and contacted the son, and the son was kind of like, I'm ready to get rid of it, you know, what, and I knew that in that neighborhood it was going for, in the millions, and what he was asking for was like it was ridiculous. It was one of those things where, my first deal, I was like, wow. But this deal was like, oh my God. And I had I had told myself 2 months, 2 months, 2 months prior, I'm like, with wholesale, we do, 30,000 plus a month. But I was really ready to get to that $100,000 mark a month, and not knowing that it was right around the corner. So I mean, it was really just about also just believing in what you want to do and just doing it. And I think you attract those things to you.
Yeah, I would agree about that. So you had this particular deal, it was just the son only, or he had some other siblings.
Nope, just the son only.
So the probate process should have been real easy, just going straight to him. Is that how it worked?
Yep,
So I
went
guess
straight to him.
the person that deceased, they didn't have a spouse or anything. Huh?
Nope, it was his
Dang.
mom.
How long did that process take for the probate? So from the time that you got it and to the time you got it, got it
Well,
going.
it was actually at the end of the probate. So the probate here takes about six weeks to 9 weeks. It was like in like the end of his probate session, and it was just sitting there. So basically, I just went in, and everything that he had, everything that he owed, and the creditors or whatever, we went and saw how much that was, and we paid everything. He wasn't really asking anything for the house. So it was really kind of a no-brainer. The house
So
didn't have a mortgage, it didn't have anything on it. It was owned free and clear, so it was just
just a
it,
house.
it was easy.
Yeah, I was just on the phone with a guy yesterday, a $1.6 million house free and clear. I'm like, wish I could just find a house like that.
Yeah,
Just
that's kind of like what it was. It was like, I think it was like 1.2 or 1.3 million, the ARV.
just sitting. So what's
Yep.
that out on the do area or something? Or
Yes.
okay. That
Yep.
makes sense. Yeah, when you get out there where the rich folks stay, say, wait a minute, I need to drive for dollars over here now. So that's cool. And so
Yeah, it's a lot over there, especially in like probate. So
so they just have, so it was more so that he didn't care about the house, he didn't really care about money, he just didn't want to deal with the house. What do you think is real
you know
motivation?
what? Well, he was out of state. I don't think. I mean, I think it was more so the relationship that he had with his mom to make it that easy. Different people, different situations. With family, and it probably was just too much for him. So he just kind of wanted it. He needed it for his, wife medical bills and things like that. So, we negotiated a good price.
Okay, so that's good. That's all I like to see. When it's a win-win, everybody's happy.
Right.
So for this particular guy here, so was he more so, did you ever meet this person, or is he just stayed out of state?
No,
You
he's
never
out.
met him.
Never met
You
him.
don't have to meet nobody. That's what you're telling me.
No, I've never met him.
Oh,
I really think it was we got a good connection, just conversing back and forth over the phone. But never met him. Don't know how he look.
you wouldn't know this guy if you ever seen
I
him.
wouldn't know. Right, I wouldn't know him if I saw him.
And I tell people this all the time. Say they be running about, oh, I gotta run and go do this, man. Get good on that phone. Get good on the
That's
phone.
it.
When you
I
can,
mean, it's really about being personable. I mean, just being personable and having empathy and sympathy, and everybody has problems, and so everybody wants a person to listen to their problems, especially if you don't know the person. Then if you don't know the person, you can really talk and be open with them.
mm-hmm.
And with him, I just I would spend hours on the phone actually talking to him and his wife.
Wow,
But
I was just getting ready to ask you that.
yeah.
So you feel
And
like,
so they were, I mean, after I got done talking to them, they were convinced they wanted to sell to me. So,
oh, so there were other potential buyers on this deal.
well, I don't know if they never said it was anybody, else. I never asked about anybody else. I was more so concerned about her health and, things like that. But no, they never really told me if it was any other buyers.
So you had to keep following up with them over time and stuff like that. Is that how it
Yes,
worked?
yes, basically.
So they knew you as soon as you called. Hey, how
They
you
knew me.
doing?
Hey, yeah. Oh, I was just meaning to call you.
I was
You know,
just
just,
thinking about you.
yeah.
So the word of the day is rapport. You got to build rapport, and they
Yes,
got to know you. So that
yes,
makes that.
rapport. and
So
and to be personable, and don't take things personal. It's a business at the end of the day.
Right, right. It is a business. So, on a regular basis, when you're out, so how do you generally look for deals on a regular basis? Do you normally drive for dollars, or are you
I
looking
don't
at
have,
this all the
yeah.
time? Or
I mean, as I was telling you, like I don't have a big like marketing, thing that I do. Usually I have like a street team. I have people that are out, when they're out, they um refer people to me. We give a referral fee. So I call them my street team basically. Um Driving for dollars. If I see a house that looks like it's in, despair, I'll go in and check it out. The tax list, that comes out every year. In Georgia, one comes out every month. So just different things. I spend the time that I spend that I say for like a job, I would spend on my company basically. So I
exactly.
so I take, I may take 20 hours a week and looking for a property, you know, on my own. I don't
Right.
I don't have like a big system. REI Pro, I do some things through there, but I don't have like this big, system that's in place.
That costs $1 million a month to
Yeah,
keep it running.
like literally, the only I spend like $100 on marketing. That's from like flyers, little flyers that I have, and credit. I mean, business cards. That's about it.
Okay, so that's smart. So you have a low overhead. That's the best way to be. You don't want to be paying all these people because they love to take your money.
Right.
So when it comes to actually talking to the sellers, once you find them and everything like that, I mean, what is some of the things you're saying to them? You just ask them, you want to sell, or how do you talk to them?
Actually, when I'm talking to them, I know they want to sell. It's more so how much you want to sell for. What's the situation? Can I see the house? What is the condition of the house? And once I know that, I can negotiate, with them back and forth. I mean, it's been times where, I'll meet with a seller and they're unrealistic with what they are asking for, and
Oh
I
no,
basically
not you. They wouldn't do that to you, would they?
yeah. So it's kind of like, ma'am, you kind of just have to tell them, you need a whole new floor. Like your floor has a huge hole in it. You know,
Like
you need
real
a
life.
whole new, you need a whole new roof. There's no roof. How do you
Real-
want $100,000?
they be on La La Land. I'd be like, come on now, just be
No,
real with me.
let
I
me
want to
bring you
work.
back down to earth. And if it don't matter, if it don't work, I walk away. I will walk away.
So do you feel like a lot of deals get left like that, or do you feel like you get a pretty good percentage of the people you come in contact
Oh,
with?
I get a pretty good percentage. I mean, we do 6 to 10 closings a month.
Oh, okay. So that's what
Yeah,
you want. Make it easy. And
right.
so,
I mean, I'm sure I can probably get more if I was to use more, but right now we're just kind of, I'm like so comfortable where we're at. And like this $140,000 deal was like took me totally out of my comfort zone. Totally.
it let you know what's possible out here, don't it?
Right. Right.
Because it's like, man, 140,000 on one deal. That's people
Yeah.
don't make that in a year. They might have to work 5 years to make that money.
Yeah. On one deal, one house, one closing in that month. So yeah, that was only one closing, and we did 6 closing in that month. So in
Wow.
another September.
There you go. That was a great month. So when
That
it
was a
comes to these
great month.
probate deals, are you assigning these contracts or doing double closings?
Both.
And what would make you have to do a double closing if the seller
Well,
is
I do.
willing?
I mean, I do a double closing because sometimes I don't. I really don't want to disclose what I'm making. Um, because sometimes when I didn't do a double closing, I know I had issues with the seller about how much because I know I go into a deal knowing how much I want, and sometimes they have a problem with what I have. And when I did that for the first time, I had a huge problem with the seller.
Right, right. I understand that, and you don't want no problems out of them. So, let's see. If anybody have any questions, go ahead and put it into the comments. We'll try to get to it before we end this. Any questions about any of this stuff? I see some people saying hi, some more stuff in here, putting emojis up. I don't even know what that is. Something, a G. I don't even know what that is there. So, so yeah. So, in regards to for somebody that's starting out, that just got into the game, just found out about wholesaling, what kind of tips or tricks would you give them, or kind of what would you tell them?
I was telling them don't overthink it. Like a lot of people like overthink it, thinking they have to just, have money, have credit, actually know step by step from what they're doing. Like if you can find your first deal, if you can find the property, the buyers will come. If the numbers are correct, the buyers will come. You don't have to work too hard. Like I went to social media and found my buyer for my very first house, and they literally just contacted me after that, because people are needing, homes. And so I would just say don't overthink it. And it's more than one way to get into real estate. It doesn't have to be, wholesaling. You can do so many other avenues into real estate. Like my thing was to, wholesale, but after wholesaling, I got into fix and flips. So, my journey is not your journey. So a lot of people will look at it and be like, "Oh, she made 140,000 on this deal, or she made 70,000 on her first deal." That doesn't mean that you have to come in doing wholesale. You can do something totally different and turn into wholesale. So I think a lot of people, when they say, "Oh, I have a hard time doing this," well, maybe you should focus on doing something else to get to where you want to go.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Stay focused because they end up getting caught up with a lot of stuff and just
Right. They get caught up and they get, it's like you see what everybody else is doing and you're like, "Oh, it's not happening for me." But you just focus on what you need to do, whether it be, looking at something else, selling leads or whatever the situation may be. Um,
right,
speaking, like how you have your little cast, things like that. I mean, don't focus on what everybody else is doing. Focus
right.
on right,
Focus on yourself and building up that wealth. So when
right.
so people say so you're a person to say go for the seller first before you go for the buyer, because I know some people say go for the buyer and then go for the seller.
I say go for the seller. That's my thing. I found my property and didn't have a buyer. That's how I mean, I had the property first, and once I got it under contract, I was nervous. I was like, "Oh my God, where am I gonna get this money from? I got 30 days to, you know." But I went to social media and was like, plugging in the numbers, telling people, and people actually helped me. People were actually like, "Okay, you actually have a deal," and took me step by step, one by one, social media.
Right, right. So have you done any other type of creative deals like seller financing, any of the wraparound mortgage subject to any of that other crazy stuff? Have you done any of that type of stuff?
I have not done any of that yet. Just
Okay.
I just did fix and flips and wholesale as of right now.
And I know you said something about you're in multiple markets. You said you're in Atlanta, St. Louis, and where else?
Florida.
Oh, okay, Florida.
Yeah. Florida, Georgia, and Missouri.
Okay. Florida, Georgia, and Missouri. So down in Florida. Say that's where the big money
Yes.
is.
Yes.
I don't know. Did our camera freeze here? Hold on. Let me see. Did I do that? Let me see something here. Bring your camera back in. Ooh. Are you still there? Your camera froze or something, but I think I can still hear you.
My camera froze?
Yeah, unless it's just me. Is anybody else seeing that? Hope not. Look like it's frozen. Or it's blacked out. Okay, there we go. It's doing something now. Um, so I did want to ask you too. Let me see. We got a couple questions in here, I think. Let's see here. They said, how did you skip trace that lead? I think you said you used what sites did you say you used to skip trace the
I
people?
use White Pages. White Pages Premium.
Oh, that's like $10 a month, ain't it?
Yes.
White Pages Premium. Wow.
And I mean, it took me maybe 2 days. I got her. I used to be in collections, so I kind of knew how skip tracing worked. So I
Right.
got a hold of her, her family, people, that she probably haven't talked to in years, and left messages with them just because.
So you got family members and everybody else on there, so you can just get them in.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, leave here's my number. Give it, if you see her, if you talk to her, give her the message.
Okay. Let's see here. Damn, this is motivation. I'm on my 15-minute break watching y'all. Well, you need to use that break to be skip tracing. Let's see here. He said y'all only been on the game a little bit over a year. Shows how you can put in the work and the results. That's why I love these interviews. That's right. So do you? What do you see yourself doing going forward? You think you're gonna go more into the fix and flip stuff, or keep doing the wholesaling? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna add to your repertoire?
Multi units. I'm
Apartments.
adding multi. Yeah, I'm adding multi units to my portfolio.
I don't know. Your camera went out altogether. We can still hear you, but I don't know unless it's just my screen. We got a black screen on here for some reason. But let me see here. I think we got a. Let's see. Somebody else made another question here. How did you find a buyer? You said you found it on Facebook, right?
Facebook.
So
Yeah.
have you been consistently just growing your buyers list over time, and or you been working with pretty much the same buyers overall?
Um, actually have about 100 buyers right now, and it's just like once you give out quality homes and things like that, they kind of search for you. And so
Mm.
that's kind of what happened to us. We sorry, my phone is probably going dead.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
Um,
that's why it's got a black screen. Maybe your phone is under 15% because I'm like, I don't see you on the camera no more.
so
Oh, there you
we
go. Now you're back. There she is. We missed you.
So basically, they will find us. They're like, where, I heard you guys have good deals. What do you have? So then, then we will have to basically step our game up and try to find exactly what they're looking for. But
Mm,
yeah, it was kind of easy for us to start doing that because like I said, we will have our street teams, and we would get them. We would tell them, hey, we'll give you an extra $500 if you find us a 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,100 square feet, something like that. So, and then we also have an attorney that we work with pre foreclosures. So it's, we kind of give incentives like that.
I know that's right. You got to have a good team on your team. So you
Mm.
say you got a street team, and is it somebody else working with you on the other part too, or is it just you? Or
No, I have a business partner as well. So it's two of us.
okay, and so
Yeah.
you focus on more so what like the marketing stuff, or do y'all have just like assigned jobs, or how does that work?
No. So if I find something, if they find something, we just kind of come together, just the both of us. But I'm more so I deal with the closings and things like that.
Right, making sure
Um,
everybody get to the finish line.
exactly.
That
So
makes
I
sense.
deal with more so the making sure that it's closed. I deal with the banks, the sellers and things like that. My business partner deals with more so of like finding the deals and making sure it's a deal.
Right, making sure it's a real deal we can actually
Right.
sell. Okay.
Right.
And so, do you feel like some of the deals you get they take a long time to sell, or some of them are just
No,
very they all
we
just
get
go
them.
pretty
We
quick?
get them. We get them. And well, this one deal, the 140, that took maybe about 2 months. But usually we have them 15 to 20 days.
And it's a check coming in the mail, 15,
It's a
20
check.
days.
It's a
Wow.
check.
So it's a lot of people be thinking, man, it's gonna take me forever to get a deal. So I mean, so do you think
Don't
it's
get
more,
paid.
yeah? So you think it's more important for people to start marketing or to start looking for deals, or what do you think somebody should do that's just like really need a deal like quickly?
Yeah, looking for deals. Like, I was just down in Georgia, and I have a family member that's down there, and she was just telling me how she was looking for a house, just for herself, and stumbled across a home that's just been sitting. It was on the MLS for like 2 years, never sold. And then
Wow.
she said, well, the owner is out of town. She said she'll work with me, as far as lease option. And I said, you know what? That's a wholesale deal right there. If you want to, because she wants to get started in what I'm doing, I'm like, talk to the owner, see if you can get it under contract. You can flip that contract to someone else, and you can make you a good, maybe, whatever you want to make out of it, 5,000, 3,000, 10,000, whatever, if you negotiate it right. And you can find somewhere else to stay. But if you continue to keep doing that with different properties, you'll have enough money for you to, go and buy you something like that. But if you need money now, this will be one where I will come in and JV with you and help you through the process. So I think if you find the property first, and negotiate with the seller, and negotiating is not that hard to do. I mean, if you can really sit down and be comfortable and speak with someone and just ask them and just be very transparent, what do you want out of your home? If they have a mortgage, you want to find that out, what kind of repairs, and really just kind of negotiate and just have a realistic amount that you want to make out of it. you know
Realistic. So basically, everybody here needs to be realistic.
Right.
Because sometimes the buyer bad or the seller bad. Like, come on, y'all, let's come to a happy
Oh,
medium.
the wholesale looking for something, that's just ridiculous. They want their fee to be ridiculous, but I mean, baby steps. And sometimes, and then, the baby step might end up being something really big. I thought I was taking baby steps, but, in the wholesale world, that was like huge.
Yeah,
And
they
me being
fight
a
for the
newbie, it's like, oh, okay, I just, this is what I thought people would make. But, you know,
the deal
it's
is what the
humbling.
deal is, right?
Right.
And so people trying to force a deal that ain't a deal. So what are some other ways for people to find cash buyers? Say they got a deal under contract. How do you suggest them looking for cash buyers? I know you said Facebook, and what else?
I did Craigslist. I did. I think I put when I first got started, I did put it in one of our newspapers here.
Wow.
Um, yeah, I went and paid in the local market. We can go down and pay. It was like $15 for an ad in a newspaper. I know people probably don't read the newspaper still, but I'm not
Did
a
you get any
marketing
calls
genius,
from it?
huh?
Did you get any calls from it when you put it in the newspaper?
No.
So it was just $15 to
It
try
was
it
just
out.
it was $15. I never got anything from it, but I got a lot of people from Craigslist. Um,
And people talk bad about Craigslist. Craigslist is still good. I still pimp
it's
Craigslist and
still
sell
good.
stuff on there every
Yeah. I
day.
mean, you just gotta go. I mean, I guess you gotta have the time to really kind of go through it and see what's not, you know.
Mm,
But yeah. I mean, it really didn't take a lot for me to build. It wasn't like that hard for me to build my buyers list.
right, right. So people be stressing out over for no reason.
No,
Just find a deal,
overthinking. Just find a deal. Don't overthink it.
a real deal, not some
A
junk.
real Exactly. Have the deal. And it's people out here that will, JV with you or will help you through it, like they did me. Because I
Mm,
had a deal. I literally had a deal. I knew going in, I knew the basic. Like I knew, the ARV and things like that. I went in and assessed the properties. I kind of had a figure about how much it would, cost for the repairs. So, I mean, know your information, the basic, at least, you know.
exactly. Know your real numbers. The numbers don't lie,
Right,
right?
right. So at least know the numbers, and if the numbers are there, it's a no brainer.
All right, cool, cool. Let me see here. Look like we got that's a long question. I hope it's a good one. Let's see here. I do have a question for both. I wasn't here to know where the lady market is, I guess is what you're saying. But been in the game for a year and I know it's coming to winter season in the Midwest. Does business slow down in the winter time? Let's see here, especially if you're contacting tax delinquent homes. Do you think business is going to slow down in the winter time here?
Um, Last year around this time, my business did slow down. I may have had like 4 closings last year around this time. I don't know how it's going to be this year. Like I said, this is only be right at a year for me. So when the wintertime come, I can probably answer that question. But for as right now, things are kind of slow actually right now.
Mm.
Um, but I got the $140,000 deal right there.
So you figured it out, and that's exactly what it is. People don't realize you just push through anyway. Don't make excuses. Just go
Yeah.
ahead and do it. Don't worry about all that stuff. Just go ahead and knock it out.
Right. Right. So, but yeah, I don't know the answer to the question yet because we may be good in November, maybe good in December. I don't know.
Yeah, and for me, it seemed like it was okay for me for last winter. Like, because
Mhm.
I closed my first deal in August of 2018, August 31st of 2018, and
Wow.
I did about I want to say 6 or 7 deals or something in that year. Then I closed some more deals this year, and so it's just I think it was steady. You know what I mean? Only time it threw me off is when I took that trip to Dallas, and it threw me off my game, and I came back. I didn't close anything in the month of May, so I skipped
Oh
the month,
wow.
and I had to get back on the ball. So
Yeah.
anything to throw you off your square mess you up.
That's right. When right now, like my mom is sick, so that's probably why it's slow. I really haven't been focused, on, doing anything. I've been back and forth to Georgia trying to make sure she's okay. But And that's probably why it's slow now, because I really haven't been taking the time to work my business. I'm sure if I was to, have time to focus on getting new home, getting new deals, that I will
Mhm.
have some. But right now it's just, just kind of bad timing.
Most definitely. Makes sense. You
Yeah.
got to have it. Let me see here. I think we got another question from Mr. John Lewis out of the STL as well. Did you get open access to property while it was under contract to show your prospective buyers?
Yes, I did.
So was
Yes,
it
and
on a
that was
lockbox?
in.
Or how did that go?
I put that in the contract, and I go in and put my own lockbox on it.
I know that's right. Don't let them tell you what you can and cannot do. Control your deal.
Hmm.
So that's right. So I think that's let me see if we have any other questions on here. Let's see here. Nope. They just saying some more stuff. So yeah, other than that, is there anything else that I missed that you wanted to share with the family to let us know what else is going on? Anything that's going on in your life?
My life.
Well, real estate world, your life, whatever you
Oh,
want to
well,
share.
no, just like I was saying, my mom is sick, but I mean, I do want to just like encourage people, if you haven't had your first deal, to really, focus on finding the property. Strategies may be different from other people, but I would think that finding a property, finding a deal, asking seasoned people if it's a deal,
Right.
and don't get discouraged, because it's not easy, but it's not meant to be easy. um I guess I stepped in because I was, I when I went into it, I went full fledged into it. Like, if you got a job, then sometimes it will throw you off. But if you
Mhm.
just focus on like getting your first deal, it will come. I mean, and I know you probably is like, well, when is it coming? I've been doing it for years and years and years, but it will come if you just
Right,
keep
right.
focus on, like, if you keep focusing on, trying to find that property.
Right, because it's gonna sell itself. You just got to get it locked up, and they ain't gonna sell itself that easy. So that makes
Exactly.
sense. And so, so where do people connect with you out on social media, your Instagram or your Facebook, or anything you want to share as far as if they want to connect with you, even though you don't probably want a bunch of people flooding you with stuff.
Well, I mean, I don't mind answering some questions. Please don't be in my inbox asking me to do the whole deal for you. Like, as what is the ARV? What's the comps in the neighborhood? You know, um, if you don't have all of that, I can't help, because that's very time consuming. That's just what it is. If you come to me and say, "Hey, I got a property, can you help me with, blah 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 blah. This is the ARV, the comps in the neighborhood." We can be able to work, but time is money, and it's just really, it takes a lot out of people, especially when you have 20, 30 people in your inbox asking you the same thing. you know
Yeah.
but I'm sure, and it's not even to be mean, it's just like, okay, well, what do you have, what do you know, what do you know I can't do it for you, and you know
So it
but
sounds like you're telling people to take initiative to get the first part
take
of the
the
deal.
initiative. Take the initiative. Like, I don't mind helping. I will help you all day, all night. If you was like, "Hey, E Marie, I got this and I got that and I got that, and what do you think I should do with this?" I would help you all day long. But if you come and say, "Well, I don't know, she want to sell it for this, and I don't know the comps, and I don't know the ARV, I haven't seen the house, I don't know, I
Like if I
can't help
gotta
you."
come in and do all the work, I get all the money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't, I can't
You
do that.
sure right about that.
But Instagram is ediva354. I also have a business page on Facebook, Selenium Home Solutions. You can go and see the type of properties that I have flipped. It's a few pictures of the homes that I have. I kind of take pictures and videos and things like that on Selenium Home Solutions, on Facebook, so you can like that page as well. And also my Facebook page, E. Marie Williams.
There you go. There you go. They're gonna flood you now. Get in that inbox. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Because I know they hit me up too with stuff, and I'll be saying the same thing. Like, can you bring me something of value, some substance? I mean, if I gotta go work the whole deal, you just send me the lead, and I just pay your finder's fee. You know what I mean? If you're
Right,
gonna not do none of the work, they want you
right.
to do everything, and it's too easy to learn this stuff. I put out videos pretty much every other day. on how to do the basics and advanced strategy.
I
So
mean, and information is out there. I mean,
yes,
it's YouTube, it's Google. I mean, it's out there. To get your first deal, it's out there. Literally, like free content. It's out there.
waiting on
I didn't know anything when I did my first deal.
anything. I'm dealing with some
Anything.
people right now that don't know anything, finna get $30,000 or $40,000 checks. Don't know nothing. I'm getting them from scratch.
Exactly. Exactly.
So you can stumble into a deal just by taking
You
action.
just exactly just by taking action, and and really just kind of like doing your homework. Doing your homework,
Right.
making sure that that's something that you love to do. Because I mean, after you get that first check, you're gonna be, you're gonna try to find the next one anyway.
Real quick. I say, shoot, say, let you get motivated. Like, wait a minute, I did all that and I did what? And I got 20,000, 30,000. What we gonna do about 2 more of them?
Exactly. That's motivation.
Right, right. And so I know you said in the beginning that you came from car sales. So do you think the selling and negotiating that stuff helped you in this business as you transitioned over?
Probably.
Yeah,
Probably.
it makes a big difference. Learn some
I'm
sales.
sure it did.
Yeah.
Could you see me, being a car dealer, like, flipping cars?
And they say that's who make the best people get in this business come from something like that. They come straight
Yeah.
already know how to sell already.
Yep.
Negotiate and build rapport and all that good stuff.
Customer service skills, speaking to people.
It's all about the customer service. How can I serve you today on a platter?
Exactly.
Makes a difference. Makes a difference. So, all right. Other than that, did you have anything else before I let you go?
I do not. Thank you for having me today.
I appreciate you coming on. Yeah, today, they're going to watch the replay and all that other stuff. So like I said, for people who are watching, make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Go ahead and like this video. Share it out. Share it out if you carry it out. Show our girl some support here. She whooping butt in St. Louis. That's how we do it down here in St. Louis.
Yeah.
There it is. There it is. In multiple markets. Say, I'm about to go into another market too. I'm still trying to figure what market to go into and haven't even decided yet.
Just do it. Just do it, Chris.
Jump into a market. Don't know nobody there.
Just jump into it. Yeah.
Like, where does this dude come from? Get out my market. I'm in here, baby. All right. So that'll work.
All right.
Marie, I appreciate you.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
All right. You have a good night.
You too.
All right. So that's how we do it, family. Like I said, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. And don't forget, we got a nice winter retreat coming up March 5th through the 8th. I'm doing my first speaking event live. It's down in the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee. It's going to be March 5th through the 8th of 2020. It's an all-inclusive retreat. They're going to have food, drinks, hors d'oeuvres, all this stuff. They're going to have breakout sessions, multiple speakers. You got Christina Spells coming. You got the Duru coming from out of North Carolina. You got Mr. I Stay Woke, Chris Monroe coming, and some more coming that's going to be announced as the time goes on. Make sure you check that out. There's the website right there, theshiftreiretreat.com. That's the website to check that out. And like I said, if you are looking for deals for yourself, go ahead and check out that wokerealestate.com. We got everything you need. Contracts, cool gear, and coaching. Everything you need right there. You want to be coached? You want somebody to hold your hand through the deal? It might be me. You never know. Check that out at wokerealestate.com. Other than that, I'm about to get up out of here and do some more woke stuff. So do what you do. Be who you be. And I'll see you before you see me. Peace out, family.
And we here. And we here. And we here. Mr. I Stay